Hey viewers, how are you? I'm talking to Les Watson today. Many of you know him. I dub him the smiling assassin because he's always smiling and he's always got a cheeky look in his eyes. But yeah, most of you know Les Watson. We call him the Time Lord. Get more time. So yeah, Les, introduce yourself.
Thank you,
To those who may not know you.
To those who may not know me, Les Watson, get more time, productivity, and time management for small business. So I met Matthew, it would have been in the early days of my work at the Geelong Chamber of Commerce when I was working with Liz Grant in Small Business, Smart Business. And Small Business, Smart Business was specifically around looking after education for small business in and around the region. And that was my introduction to Geelong's small business network. Liz was helping out, met Matthew, and working with Liz and putting people into education throughout the region. It was very interesting because she turned to me, she said, "You've got material, you should revigorate it and reinstitute it and like bring it back." And I've gone, "No, I don't want to do that." No, your stuff, it's needed in the region. And I went, okay. So it became Get More Time. It became the Time Lord. Did I ever tell you how Time Lord came about, Matthew?
I sort of have an idea, but yeah, tell us anyway.
You'll love this, being the man of God that you are. Here's what happened. We came up with Get More Time, and we're going to do business cards. And if you're going to do business cards, anyone can be a manager, and anyone can be a general manager, anyone can be a director. That's got no pizzazz. So we're about to hit the hay and put my head on the pillow, and I've got my wife beside me, and I look up and I'm talking to God, and I go, it's got to have something to do with time, Lord. Well, we laughed ourselves silly. We just thought it's like, it can't be anything else. It's got to be Time Lord. Les Watson, Time Lord, and it stuck. So I'm known in the region as the Time Lord, and I help people get back an hour in every day. I wrote a book called Get Back an Hour in Every Day, and it was really well received to the point where they put me on the Today Show with Carl and Georgie when they were an item, and that was a lot of fun. And I work with any business that needs to create more success, and you can see some of the models that I've got behind me where I look at better systems, faster execution, and more profit. And I find that businesses struggle. Most businesses struggle, and by being a coach and coming in and assisting them, I'm able to bring clarity around whether it is time or whether it's systems to be able to create more of what it is they want. I've got a client over on the other side of the bay, not in Geelong, on the other side of the bay, that his business is absolutely booming based on the coaching that I'm providing. It's so warming to me. I've got a previous person in Geelong from your interview with her, which she's in my current cohort of people that I'm coaching.
Will you be talking about Justine?
Ah, yes, Justine Martin.
She was our last interview. She's a delight to interview too.
I was watching that one.
Oh, were you?
Okay. So Justine and I work very closely, and I'm giving her some clarity around her small business. Her small business has exploded. Just coming alongside to go, how can I help? What clarity can I bring? And she's, as you heard, for those of you that haven't, go back and watch that one. But her business has gone berserk. The people that are coming in, her artwork, her resilience. She's writing a book. She's doing stuffed toys. I mean, the woman's just a dynamo at the moment.
I love the idea of knowing that connection can do that sort of thing for just a simple connection can do that sort of thing. The power of that connection that can do that for a small business. And I like to know that it's nice for me to know that I've got my little part in that.
And you do, mate, Matthew. And you doubt yourself. You doubt yourself often, and you need to be slapped for that. Because we, as the community, you provide the platform, and it's up to us. Now, whether we like each other or not, we're still a family, and some people go, I don't want to be a part of the family, and they go elsewhere. And it goes, whatever, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly.
You let them go. And those that say, we're going to fall out, and we're going to come back, and we're going to fall out, and we're going to come back, because that's what family does. And the thing about the stuff, like, for instance, I had a situation last week where I needed some sort of Allen key that wasn't an Allen key. And I went, who can I ask? And it wasn't I wonder who I can ask. It was, who can I ask? GSBN. I'll just put it out to the network. And I go, hey, tribe, don't suppose you know what this sort of Allen key is? And I got 6 or 7 responses and got it fixed within 24 hours. It was fixed. It was done. And then I had someone over the top saying, would you like a flag for that flagpole of yours? And I've gone, yes, please. So, but again, you provide that, Matthew.
I see it like this. I see any group that you might be a member of like this. There's a table set full of food for anybody to come in and eat as much as they like. They don't have to eat all the food that's on the table. Correct. But they take what they need, they take what they like, and then they benefit from that. They don't have to like they might not like tomatoes, so they don't eat the tomato sort of thing. It's a pretty simple concept. I want to go back to your Time Lord business.
Yes.
Now, there's a link between me, my name, and Doctor Who, and the Doctor Who theme is my ringtone. Why do you think that is?
Would it have something to do with your middle name, as in Coley? No. Okay, I get up.
My full name. Take out the middle name.
Oh, Matthew Smith was a Time Lord.
Yes, Doctor Who was Matt Smith.
Done.
I thought I'm going to stick with that because the reason why I put the Coley in there is because I don't usually use it in general life. Is because when you Google Matthew Smith or Matt Smith on Google, all you get is him or some other link. You don't get, and there is a few Matthew Coley Smiths out there, but there's not as much as there is Matthew Smith. So there you go. There's a link. If you ever hear my ringtone on my phone, it's the Doctor Who theme. And
very good. I like
it's funny, because people think, oh, I know that tune, because virtually everybody knows the tune. So
correct. I get a lot of where's your TARDIS and do you have a sonic screwdriver and what coloured scarf are you wearing?
Was it the sonic screwdriver that you were missing to take that? Was it a flagpole thing? I think it was a flagpole. Yeah, I think you said that, but I do remember the picture on GSBN. There's a little star thing. Yep. Might have been a sonic screwdriver, mate.
Now, talking networks, there's a couple of networks, and one of the other ones that I'm in is Business Builders Group. Yes. And not many people know of Business Builders Group, BBG. And it was the guy that brought BNI to the region. He also brought BBG to the region, and his name is David Cooper from Surdam Accountants. And he had this introductory event, and I went, oh yeah, I'll come along and warm a seat. I'll fill up your numbers. And I wasn't going to join. I was not going as an opportunity to join a group. I wasn't. And after a while, no, shut up and take my money, because I actually saw the benefit, and it's been a huge benefit to me in my business. So if people want to know about Business Builder Group, just have a look at it online. If you want to invite, I've got a group this Friday morning, 7:30 till 9, or 7:30 till 9:30, and the Andrew Jones from NEM Australasia is speaking. So if you don't know Andrew, he is an absolute amazing person.
With regards to networking, exhaust all the free. I encourage people to exhaust all the free opportunities first, then look into ones that, if you're going to invest in something, look into ones that are going to really benefit. Don't just invest for the sake, invest in a subscription or whatever it is for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Really explore and research first. But, do explore all the free options first. Like, networking can be mostly free. Like, it's just you turning up to some place or doing a Zoom video or participating in a group or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I encourage people, especially new businesses. Now, I want to go on to the next topic. Well,
yes, Matthew.
It's your new project. Tell us about that.
Jabez House. Jabez House, and a lot of people in Geelong will know Jabez House because it's on the corner of Yarra and McKillop, opposite the ambulance station, and it's the old Jewish synagogue. And not only is it the synagogue, but there's offices behind it. So my wife and a good friend of hers, Ali Henry, they were talking, and they were wanting more counselling rooms because there just wasn't enough counselling rooms in Geelong. And they said, oh, we should look at what we can do as Ali and Ross and Les and Mary and do it together. So we looked at something in Packington Street, and it was kind of okay, but just didn't come across the line. And then this one opened up. It's like, whoa, talk about extend the tent pegs and open up your vision as to something better and bigger. So there's 4 training rooms and 4 mentor or coaching or counseling rooms, and it is an absolute amazing premises. It's an amazing opportunity for us, but particularly based on a lot of us used to use the what was the NAB centre, the village, and because of COVID that closed. There's a lack of meeting space in Geelong, and now I had someone come through this morning to have a look at the space, and gave her and a work colleague the tour, and they went, yep, that's fabulous. Well, we're looking at a couple of others, but come back because really like it. It is a wonderful space.
Yeah, I'm keen to have a look myself, actually, for opportunities for GSBN members or any other sort of organisation. Well, a meeting place for anything else as well. But it sounds exciting. I really enjoyed the atmosphere of the village and getting together with people down there. But yeah, COVID hit and it sort of threw a big spanner in that work, didn't it?
The kibosh on that one. I saw Liz on Friday, and she's doing really well. So it's it is unfortunate that it closed and went back to banking. And where do you go? So I'm putting my hand up. There are coaching rooms available and training rooms available. And I'll put this afternoon for GSBN, I'll put up a video. My son came in on Saturday, and we shot a promo video, a walkthrough of the whole lot. And he's a very talented videographer, and he's done a very good job. And I'll post it in GSBN this afternoon.
I'd love to see it. Yeah, I'd love to see it. I'm doing a little. I'm on the other end. I'm starting to do that sort of stuff because I just see it. I just see it as it. Well, I'm a designer, so I do graphic design. I just see that as an extension of what I'm already doing with regards to just moving pictures instead of static ones. Sort of thing.
I think you'd be good at it. I think you would be good at it because if you've got an eye for design, and I don't. I think my son picked it up from my wife's side, Mary's side.
It's all about just interesting angles and stuff like that. That's all.
Yeah, and he's done it really well. So I can't wait to show you. And if anyone's interested, just again hit me up. You can the info@jabezhouse.com.au, and you'll see that there's a phone number on there. feel free to ring or message or email, and I'm happy to take people through and have a look.
Getting back to when we first met.
Yes, Matthew.
Through the notorious Liz Grant.
Yes.
I just wanted to mention Liz because she's been a foundation admin of the GSBN herself. So she could be quite silent, but she's been a foundation admin because of the fact that I saw what she was doing with the Geelong Chamber of Commerce, working there, and I thought she'd be a really good foundation, a backup for me, sort of thing. With regards to knowing the businesses and people knowing her through the chamber. So so I wanted to give a shout out to Liz as well. Hi Liz. Hope you're seeing this. She's been wonderful. Yeah, she's been really good. And she's also been a little bit of a mentor to me as well. So
that's great.
As well as you, Les,
Thanks,
you always come away with a bit feeling better about things when I talk to you, so that's good. We all need that, man, Matthew. We all need that support.
Yeah.
So that's quite exciting. The opportunities that can come up with this new space you've got. I think
for me, the opportunity also presents itself that if we're not in lockdown, I'll be able to do the Get Back an Hour every day on a more consistent basis in face-to-face. So I can bring people into Jabez House, into the old synagogue, and it's specifically designed so there's a data projector and screen and sound and the like. And if in between all of that, if it's not face-to-face that you're after, I've actually got one in the Geelong Small Business Festival this month.
Okay,
hello.
cool.
Yep. So I've got one on the 24th.
I'm a big supporter of the Geelong Small Business Festival. I think it's wonderful.
It is. It is an amazing initiative.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, but unfortunately, it's all, well, I won't say unfortunately, but it's all having to be done on Zoom. It's nice to be able to get out and meet people when we can, face to face, but that might be on hold for a little bit.
I had all of mine in face to face, and I was doing a lot of them at the village. And when COVID hit, and I needed to take it online, because with the Small Business Festival, Dr. Jürgen Strauss was always doing his on Zoom, and I'm going, I'd really like to do that. Well, I had to learn really quickly how to do it. And last year I had 2 sessions. I had one in the morning and one in the evening. I probably ended up with about 80 people over the 2 sessions coming and learning about how to get back an hour every day. So if that's something that you're after, if you have too much to do and not enough time to do it in, then that's available for you. 24th, just go to Geelong Small Business Festival and look for either Les Watson or Get More Time, and you'll see it.
Good, great, fantastic.
Now, Matthew, before
you can ask me any question you like. Go for it.
You know, we're talking about a network of GSBN, and we've got another network of Business Builders Group. There's another network very close to Geelong, which was the first network that I was involved with, and that was Torquay Commerce and Tourism, which is now Commerce Torquay. For anybody who is around Torquay, then please check them out, because they do very good work on bringing people together, and there's a couple of events coming up. And yeah, the president, Jeff, he's about to jump on a plane and go to the Paralympics, because he's an international photographer who covered the last, I don't know how many Paralympic Games, but he and Olympic Games, he has a real ability with a camera. So he's a good egg. He's a good egg. Have you met Jeff?
Jeff who?
Jeff Cole, is it? Don't ask me hard questions.
Probably. I was talking to someone just before this interview, and the lovely Fiona Lucas, actually.
Lovely Fiona Lucas.
And she said, I told her that I was doing an interview with you, and she said, "Are you interviewing him or is he interviewing you?"
I love it.
But I think networking. I can't stress enough how important networking is for small business in particular. Meeting other small business owners face to face, or even over Zoom, because I was operating my business for 14 years. 14 years, and the only advertising I was doing back then was Yellow Pages, the old Yellow Pages. Now, I didn't know what networking was. That was back in 2013, I think. And I went to a workshop at the Geelong Small Business Festival about the power of networking, the art of networking. And it changed.
Who presented it?
What?
Who presented it?
I can't remember her name. Jen, you know her.
I do.
Yeah, I can't think of her name.
Where
are you going? Where are you going?
I've got to find the book.
Anyway, people will know which one I'm talking about.
I've got to find the book.
Oh, don't worry about it, Les.
Jen Harwood.
Harwood, that's the one.
There you go.
The one. And it changed my life. And I started putting some of those ideas into practice. And now we've got the Geelong Small Business Network. The rest is history. We're up to 2021 now, but that was back in 2013. So I can attest and say from observation and from practice that networking, connections with other people, and not just my own connections with them, but connecting them with each other, has been the most powerful marketing tool I've ever come across.
So, Matthew, would you say you're an introvert or an extrovert?
I'm an introvert, definitely an introvert. I've had to learn to be a bit extrovert, like what I'm doing now, stepping out of my comfort zone. Who would have thought I'd be doing interviews?
Indeed.
I'm usually the one who was being interviewed. So,
and would you say that I'm an introvert or an extrovert, Matthew?
Oh, this is a trick question, isn't it? I think you're. Outwardly, I think you're an extrovert, but you're going to probably tell me you're an introvert.
No, I'm an extrovert. I'm an extrovert. But it doesn't matter. You see, you've got both sides. You've got two people on screen at the moment. One's an introvert, one's an extrovert, and yet they both network. Yeah, but I can't. Yeah, you can. If Matthew can, you can.
I get a lot of people telling me, I feel like I've got nothing to contribute.
Good luck with that.
But just them being present and contributing and their life experience is more valuable than they actually realize.
Particularly
everybody.
Particularly when you go to an event and ask the question, how can I help? How can I help? How can I help? What do you need? How can I help? Because it's not, I don't have all the tools in my tool belt, but I know someone that does have the tool. So exactly. I can go to somebody and go, hey, yeah, I know an accountant, I know an advisor, I know someone in real estate, I know this person, I know that person. Again, I've only been in the region now for 10 years, but I do know a lot of people. I know a lot of people. And the primary reason why I know a lot of people is because I get to events and I shake hands with people. Once upon a time, I was able to shake hands with people. They had hit elbows with people and be able to find out what they do.
Yeah,
that's the key. It's like find out what they do and ask the question, how can I help? What do you need?
You never know whether the next connection you have is going to change your life.
Indeed.
You don't know that.
Yep.
You don't know where it's going to take you.
And the Jen Harwood event, she did one on networking, and the one was that was the same one that I went. That was the greatness principle. Was that the one that you were talking about?
No, the greatness principle was later.
Oh,
the one I went to was down at the City Hall.
Yep, similar.
Yeah, similar, but it was about throwing the old traditional networking habits out the door and making it more about the other person you're
Right.
networking with than yourself.
You find
Not
that
going around and just sort of handing business cards out to people, because you may as well just throw them down the toilet. It's about introducing people, remembering people's names, asking other people about what they're doing rather than focusing on what you can give them. What can they give you, sort of thing. Just little things like that.
very
Just
good.
taking
Very
the
good.
focus off self. Yeah.
And it all. Did you get that? That was a real key takeaway. You take the emphasis off yourself and the focus off yourself, put it onto them. Your nerves go out the window. What were you going to say, Matthew?
It's people love talking about themselves, so make it about them. Let them talk about themselves. And
Fantastic.
most likely they will ask you about yourself after they've talked about themselves, because they'll say, oh, what do you do? And then you'll have their full focus, because they're not thinking about what they next to say to you, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
See,
that's just one trick.
That whole thing about that was said this morning, who's interviewing who, you've done the last speaking for the last 7 minutes, Matthew.
But also another trick is, if you've been introduced to someone and someone else comes along, you introduce that person to the new person.
Indeed.
You become the host. They'll remember you for that.
Indeed.
It's not just about going and talking about yourself. It's about finding out about who's who. It's like what you said before. It's not who you know, but who that other person may know that might help someone else. Someone might come up to you and say, oh, I'll just use me as an example. I've got to refresh my brand. Les says, I know someone who can help you with that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I just sort of throw that in there, but it could be anything. It could be an accountant. It could be, accountant. It could be anything, really. You don't know who knows who.
And what do they say? The 6 degrees of separation? It's like I was doing some work for Carbon Revolution, and the guy sitting in front of me had worked alongside of Elon Musk.
Wow.
And you kind of go, really?
Wow.
How close is that for degrees of separation? It's like from me to him and him to Elon Musk. And you go, and he dropped some perlers in regards to some stuff that I was talking about meetings, and not being about what you bring to a meeting and should you be in a meeting, and if you're not contributing to a meeting, you shouldn't be there. And it was just really absolute wisdom that came from this guy. And I've gone, that's amazing. So who I may not know the answer, but I do know someone that does have the answer. And again, same with Matthew. He may not have the answer, but he does know people that know the answer.
Certainly do. There's a whole
Indeed.
whole group full of them. Yeah, no, we could talk about it for hours, I think.
You and I could talk for hours, as we have done in the past.
Yeah, we could talk about it for hours.
So
yeah,
it's been. Did you want to wrap up?
I did want to wrap up. I do want to wrap up. I was going to say thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
And it's been a pleasure as always. You've made it so easy on me, and I'm loving the practice I'm getting also doing these interviews. And hopefully I'm improving as I go. My confidence is improving as well, just talking to people. But I never thought I'd be doing this, but I jumped in the deep end, and I thought, well, why not? I mean, it's a good idea to. And I've got someone special coming up.
Who?
Without giving away too much.
Is that I'm not special?
Yeah, you're special. You're special. You're always special. A business that's been in Geelong for a mighty long time. The guy was a former mayor of Geelong. That's about it I'm going to give you.
Hey, as if we don't know who that person is.
But
I was in a meeting with him the other night.
Are we? Okay, fair enough. I won't say any more. Good on you.
No, it's great. And again, do you have a schedule for them, Matthew, or is it just random?
Just a casual chat.
Just a random.
I like how we did it today was great. They're all different, show the different personalities.
Yep.
And the person on the other end usually takes the ball and runs with it, sort of thing, like you have. So I think that's my preference. My preference to do any sort of networking is keep it casual, like the coffee catch-ups and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
We will discuss, you and I will discuss the use of your space.
Jabez House, yep.
Jabez House for maybe some more formal type of get-togethers for GSBN, but I'm not sure on that yet. Depends on lots of different things. So, yeah, so that's in the back of my mind, the ones that we were having at the village before COVID shut us all down.
Yep.
This time probably we won't get the muffins, though. Liz
won't
always
get the muffins.
Liz always had the muffins. They were great. But I've put on a bit of a COVID coat, a few COVID kilos. So I'm trying to
Gotta get back to the gym, Matthew.
Yeah, back to the. I've had some various health issues. So I've had some surgeries done that have sort of, and my wife has had some done as well. So we've been interrupted. Plus, with that, plus COVID lockdown. So. Yeah, so hopefully soon we'll be able to get back to the gym.
Indeed. And if I can help anyone that's listening or anyone that's on the replay with anything productive or productivity-wise, anything around time management, anything around anxiety around time, not having enough time and too much to do, then please hit me up. Happy to help.
Thanks, Les. Been a pleasure, as always.
Good on you, Matthew.
Talk to you soon.
See you. Bye.